Hey, how we doing? Welcome back to Clay on Live. Tonight we're going to talk about how Black Friday was kind of yuck and some hack tricks that Philip has come up with the Rode NT3 and some other things. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the guys somewhere in here. There they are.
Hey, Clay.
Hello. How we doing?
Am I sounding, can you hear me?
Good.
Yep.
I realized at the last minute that I was not talking into the mic I was supposed to be talking into. I was instead talking into the mic I was going to hack.
Might want to, since we went to this, the format has got you shoved over to one side. So if you move a little the wrong direction, you'll be out of the screen.
Why should I move? Why can't you just reframe me?
Because it's Mux. It does it on its own. I can't. It's not me.
To reframe me? All right, that's fine.
I would if I could, but it doesn't.
You don't have that. You don't have that fancy. You don't have that fancy joystick on this one.
No.
That what? I'm sorry. The what?
Ecamm, I could do that, but this one I can't.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
Some of the programs you can reframe inside the frame.
Correct. This one, EV Mux just kind of does everything all on its own.
I guess I don't need my keyboard. Not right this moment. I'm gonna have to come up with a better solution for the keyboard as I waste my 10 minutes. The 10 minutes we're talking. I'm talking about my laziness of my setup and how messy my desk is and how I'm not framed. Is that better? Am I more centered now?
You are.
Okay.
You're perfect.
My audio okay?
That's what we were talking about before you joined, is how we need to tear things apart and re-put them together, and how that's always a chore.
Yeah. Well, just making one minor adjustment is like a lot of things. Minor is not one of the things.
Although it dawns on me, I tore this apart actually too. I've hacked this mic as well. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
The end result. So we were talking about how sorry this Black Friday was.
Yeah. It was.
It was sorry for many reasons, but the main reason is that there just weren't that many great Black Friday deals unless it was software.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see anything that like stuck out, like, Black Fridays of the past where you were like, oh, wow. It was just all kind of, no, that's like a sale.
Well, I mean, there were a couple things. I think that the Vocaster one for 40, was it 39?
Yeah.
49, 39?
40,
the Vocaster.
The Vocaster one by itself for 39, still going
39.
On.
The Vocaster 2 for
kit,
49.
Well, no, the Vocaster 1 kit.
Vocaster 1 kit was for 49.
The Vocaster 2 by itself
2 was
for
69.
You got it.
And the Vocaster 2 kit was 99.
That's correct.
Yeah, so that if you were just getting started, that's pretty good.
Those were good deals. There's no hands down, but that was before Black Friday even, like, that's been out for like at least a month.
Yeah, but they did get a little head start on Black Friday.
Probably, yeah.
So, and I think it fits the bill of a true Black Friday deal. Although I don't have any inside information, they had to have a lot of inventory to be blowing through it at that price
Something.
this far into the
That
life
was a
cycle of
lot, a
those
lot.
products, and it's still live. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I just moved my keyboard, so I can't Google search. But
Yeah.
I bet if we did, we'd find it still on sale at Amazon. And, well, before I even talk
It
about
was bad to me. I mean, then again, we had this discussion the other night. I've never really been able to fully participate in Black Friday, so I kind of don't. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't care, but so, you know what I mean. Unless you've got like buckets of money that you can spend, you're usually like, okay, whatever.
According to Google, yeah, all the companies that were carrying it before, from Focusrite to Guitar Center to Full Compass, Sweetwater, Adorama, they're all still got it and still got that price.
Yeah.
I cannot understand for the life of me how it is not sold out. But anybody watching this, one, go check out my video on the subject on geekomelet.com. And see my other videos testing the microphone that comes with the Vocaster one, as I shamelessly plug here. And go get one or more of these, because this interface by itself is amazing. It may be some of the cleanest gain you will find on an audio interface, USB interface. And it's got so many cool features. I'm not going to make this another video for it. Just go, get one,
Yeah.
get two if you can afford it.
Real
Get a
quick, I want to
backup.
say hi to. Oh, I thought you were done.
Never
I just
done.
want to acknowledge all the people. There's like 10, 12 comments. What's up, Kevin and Paco?
Paco.
Hey,
Thanks
Paco.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Kevin.
stopping in. Kevin wants to know what mic this is. I thought you were going to be using this one. That's why I put it
I
up.
am.
But
No. We are going to use it, but
yeah, this is the NT3, the Rode NT3. I know it
the-
looks like an Earthworks Ethos, doesn't it? Like, it's not.
this is a Rode Procaster microphone.
So we're gonna try to stick to a curriculum tonight, or a structure. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but if you hear a noise, it's because I have a timer set in the background. So that's the noise.
The other big Black Friday deal that I came across that I think was a true Black Friday deal was the Turtle Beach, the Worker Bee 2, the Neat Worker Bee 2
Yep.
for $25. Although mine is broken.
Kevin
Oh,
mentioned that as well.
his was broken?
No,
Or
he
he
mentioned that as a good deal in the comments.
Yes, Kevin, you are correct. Unfortunately, mine is broken. So
Did you get yours on that deal and it already came in?
I did. It
And it's
came in
broken?
on Saturday.
You sent it
and
back, right?
I had to put in it for a ticket, hoping that they'll offer to send me another one or at least give me a solution. But yeah, disappointing Black Friday. Anybody else out there? Any of these guys? I mean, we did a whole Black Friday deal, and honestly, the things we talked about were good deals. They weren't Black Friday. Most of them were the deals, but they were good deals. But it seems to be my experience is most of the pricing that I saw was what used to be regular price. Prices
Yeah.
went up, and now a lot of companies
Oh
just
yeah, exactly.
made their, like, Shure's entire Black Friday lineup that I saw was just at their old regular price. $99 SM57, $99 SM58,
Yeah, that was the regular. That was the
$349,
regular for a long time.
yeah, $349 SM7B. I mean,
Hmm.
it's kind of like, it's a little too soon to start rubbing it in our faces. You just raised the prices up.
Right.
So,
And then they're just like, we'll go back to that.
we remember that they sold for that at full pop.
They
Just a
didn't
few
raise
months
the
ago.
prices. The tariffs raised the prices.
Yeah.
They had every right to raise the prices, but they raised the prices. I understand that.
Yeah.
They had every
Anyway.
right to raise the prices. And frankly, my hat's off to every company that so far hasn't. But they will, because because the tariffs. Yeah.
So I don't I don't typically shop Black Friday. I've never been one to go to the mall or do any of that stuff. I do cyber shop, but I do that all the time.
Right.
Not that I buy a lot. I shop a lot, but I don't buy often. So I'm always kind of looking for deals or what's on sale or what's odd and out there. I was surprised at the quality of some of the interfaces out there and the prices because I've got a recording class next semester, and one of the things I require them to do is they all have to have interfaces. They all have to have an interface that matches their computer, and they have to know how to use it because that's one thing I'm not going to. I'll loan them microphones, or they can borrow microphones during class, but I'm not going to try to
You can't.
manage their. I'm not going to try to manage their IT. And there's a couple of Mackies. There's a Mackie version of the Solo. I think it's called the Artist, which has got a single in, and then there's the Mackie version of the 2i2 with 2 combo jacks in, and the prices on those are really good. So I was surprised, but they weren't on sale, or not much of a sale. So I was surprised that when I went out looking, because I try to give my students a whole range of things. If you're a musician, you might want this. If you've never done this before, you can get away with that, but don't go too cheap. And I gave them a whole list, and I was surprised that there were some decent deals out there at the lower end. But you're right, their sales weren't spectacular.
No.
Yeah, I guess not everything is going to work great on the Vocaster. So you might want an interface that has an instrument input.
Yeah.
This is true. It does not have that, but it's not meant for that. It's meant for podcasting and.
Oh, my camera's backwards, isn't it, Kevin? I'm sorry.
No,
No, it
Oh,
looks
it's not.
good.
no, it's coming out
CR78.
right.
Kevin asked me, Joe, is that the bifaily? No, it's the MXL CR78.
It looks
four-
similar. It's got that.
According to them, it's the new and improved 440.
Focusrite has the Scarlett 4i4 3rd gen for $129.
It's so much better. 100 and how much?
$129.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, but everything else is.
I just was never. All the Scarlet ones that I could afford were only like one microphone,
Yeah.
two. I mean, maybe a 2 mic. I don't remember the 2i. Is the 2i2 is 2 mics, right? 2 XLR.
Oh, they've got the Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd gen. For
149, right?
$79.99.
Oh, it's 79?
Yeah. Did it go up? Was it 49?
No. I thought one of the ones I looked at was 149, but I can't remember. There's so many different versions. And between the first, second, and 3rd gen and old stock and new stock, it's hard for me to keep track.
Yeah. And it's so risky buying anything on eBay anymore. It's like you really got to know what you're doing. And
I've never even shopped on eBay. I'm like, so I don't know. It's because I've never done it. Every time I've looked, I get like a little confused, and I'm like, I'm not in competition. I don't like trying to outwin everybody's bid, and they're not gonna drive me up. So I just give up. So.
And that is your right. You know, you
Yeah.
can just only do buy it now. And
I don't
that way-
dislike it. I just don't. I've never shopped on it because I'm just not good with that aspect of it.
I did make a Black Friday purchase. The thought of Kevin the whole time. I found a pretty beat up Shure Super 55. Actually, it's not a Super 55. It's a PE 55. It's a model that they made for like 3 years in the mid to early 70s. Pretty badly beaten up. It kind of works, but I haven't opened it yet. So, no foam, bent grill. It's a project, high
It's
impedance.
like all garbled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we sound, Kevin and Paco? I don't know how everybody sounds. They were having some issues with. Well, I was having issues. I was too loud, and I don't know how to fix it because I didn't do anything to change it that I know of. So I'm just trying to make sure we all sound good.
And you're never too loud.
No, I'm always too quiet.
the dulcet tones of Clay Allen.
No matter what I
Yes.
do, whenever I used to go live with Mike, with Kevin, I'm the quiet one. no matter what I set my gain at, my mic I'm always quiet. So I don't even know how to take the news that
Thank
I'm
you.
too loud.
Thank you, Paco. I'm going to try to show you this microphone. Since I'm not at the office and I've just got my laptop, I'm going to just lift
Hey,
this
just
up
lift
and
it up
show it
and
to you.
show us.
Ooh, what's that? Is that the microphone you got?
That's the CR. No, that's the CR78. That's the that's
yeah.
the MXL.
Sounds good.
According to them, it's the new and improved 440. I think it's the 440.
Okay.
That is our 10-minute mark for whatever we were talking about.
All right. Well,
That was good. I think it was Good Friday.
It was good Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. I keep saying Good Friday. Black Friday.
That's okay.
Are you Catholic? I was raised Catholic.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes.
Right.
Raised Catholic, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start the next one whenever we actually start talking about it.
No, go ahead.
No, it's got to have some freedom. I'm not trying to be. I'm not the.
I think we're Black Friday'd out and Good Friday. Unless you got something else to say about Good Friday, Joe.
Right.
I'll tell you when it gets here.
Okay.
No, I think it's because a friend of mine sent me a long, involved, academically based article about how December 25th became Christmas. And it had all these biblical references and all these references from Egyptian, blah, blah, blah. It was great, but a little bit much for a sleepy Sunday afternoon. So I think I've got religious dates just in my head. That's why.
Oh, yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
What was the second? We can go. We don't have to go in order. But
no, actually, we do.
Okay, the second one was the. We're gonna talk about the Vocaster. About is there more than just voice or vocals that you can do with the Vocaster? So.
Was that the next topic?
Yeah, I haven't experienced any of that because I don't use it that often ever since I got the Rodecaster, but it doesn't have instrument in that I know of.
This is, I mean, I've tried this because, well, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I didn't prepare. I was out of order. Hang on one second.
It's okay.
That's okay. So I'll start then, or I'll add here.
Yeah.
So as an engineer, as a person who's part of my mantra is let's just find a way to make this work. You can, right? If you've got a Vocaster 1, you can lay down a track with a microphone, and you can get either a fancy or a simple high impedance to low impedance connector, or you can use something that's really expensive, like a expensive DI. I mean, you can make one for a couple dollars with the parts, or you can spend $500 on a really super nice one. Can you get a high impedance signal, a good quality high impedance signal into that? Yes, you can.
But through a mic.
But it's only one. No. I mean, no. You have to not through a mic. You'd have to change it.
Oh, gotcha.
But I've got these little things that look like a Fed head that I've got a bunch of them in my bag that I can plug an electric guitar in or electronic keyboard or whatever and go right into a mic input. And I've got a variety of step-down transformers, so if the signal's still too hot, I can make it quieter if it's too loud for the preamp. So yes, you can on a 1 or 2, but like I was saying, there's so many good options to have an XLR and a 1/4 inch or a little interface with a combo
messing
jack.
with your Vocaster and alter.
Why would you want to? Right. Now, on the other hand, if you're 12 or 14 years old and you've got more time and enthusiasm than you have money, because that's kind of the world I came from, and you're gonna make it work, then that's a great way to learn. Really great way. Make
to polish skills too.
Yeah, make an adapter, and then you can do it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just too much for this segment. I don't want to drag it on too long. But my tattoo is Felix the cat, with his bag of tricks, because when I was on the road, I was known as the guy who could make any piece of equipment work with any other piece of equipment, and if I didn't have the adapter, I could make the adapter. I mean, that's
Nice.
just part of that's part of my history, you know.
Right.
So,
And if you're
but
going to
that's
get
not for
in,
everybody. That's
but
not for everybody. So,
you know what? I want to get better at soldering, and the fact is there's any number of YouTube videos, and at some point we should collate, put together a link to them talking about how to do this very thing. It's not hard. I've seen it literally. I believe I saw one video where a guy was like, "Well, if you want to do it, this is a single capacitor will take care of it." Um, I think it was
but
a
there's also
capacitor, but
but there's also really practical ways.
mhm.
Make a bunch of custom mic cables.
Yep.
I need a mic cable from my microphone here down to my interface, and I don't want a bunch of crap on there, and it only has to be 4 feet long. So take a 10-footer, cut it in half, or better yet, find a 10-footer that's bad,
Hmm.
cut it in
A good
half,
4
and
feet
then
out of it.
find the good, yeah, get a good 4 feet out of it, and start with making or repairing microphone cables. Save yourself a lot of money.
Here's the
You
thing.
know,
Here's the thing I would say too is that it depends on what you're trying to record. Focusrite talks about they built these things for podcasting, but saying that it's for vocals is very broad. I've already sang into the Vocaster and set my levels and was able to not clip it, cause it to go nuts. It's voice is a very broad range of things. So and I've also just used it. It's got two mic inputs on it, so I've put a small condenser microphone, like the Shure, pointed it down where it needs to be at the guitar, and it's out of tune, and it works great. So there's just a practical approach to it, but then there's also a ton of different cheap breakout boxes that do it. I mean, Behringer makes. I've got one over here in my rack that I haven't used for years, from when I had a studio. That's got the ability to plug in 8 microphones, and it's got output that I can go right into my Vocaster. So if I want to plug instruments into that, each of the inputs has a dedicated instrument input and a mic input on it. So there's any number of ways to do it, but I like Joe's suggestion the best, which is make your own
Yeah.
cable.
but
If
I mean,
you're knowledge with it, you might as well.
yeah, but the Rode AI1 is a really nice little one that's it's a single channel, but it's got a combo jack.
Yeah.
So you can lay down a vocal, then lay down your guitar. You can also use it to jack up your car. It literally is like indestructible. No, it's like a little brick.
Yeah.
It's great. It's got a lot of headroom. It's got a lot of gain. So it's nice. So I mean, if you're a musician, I would go and just get one that's made for that, because it might give you a lot of more stability in your system than it would be by making something. But on the other hand, you could make it.
What
Make
does
it
the
work.
Rode AI want? But you know what? The price of 30. Oh, no, that's a Vocaster, so it doesn't really count. I see. So the AI one, they're about $75 out
And
there.
you're half that used probably.
Right. I mean, AliExpress has a Bomage, Bomge.
Well, so I bought a toner. I can't remember who reviewed this toner interface.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher
And-
Colt did one.
Yeah, maybe that was it. So I grabbed one of the toners, and because I was looking for something that I can adjust. I need to adjust the levels. I want to be able to plug in so I could hear what's going through it. And I have it going between our main board, a breakout box, our main board, and into the computer that sends our audio from the radio station to another server, in a different building before it goes off on the internet. And it's been running for like a year and a half, constantly, 24/7, 365. Knock on wood. I haven't had any problems with it, and it sounds great. So, again, if you're just starting out, you could take a chance on some of the less expensive things and then outgrow them. If you decide to keep with it, right? Like your first car is not to give you the car you have your whole life.
I was
Right.
going to get all excited. I was going to say also too, there used to be interface. Of course, they don't make them anymore. They've discontinued it. But like the Donner had a little single that had a combo instrument and mic input on it. It even has equalization built into it and a battery. And Bark did a great review of it. One of the many great reviews on it out there. I'm sure those are available used. But I actually reached out to Donner a couple of months ago And they just recently got back to me. It took them a while to say, no, we're not making it anymore. And there's nothing on the horizon that we can talk about. Like, okay, well,
Okay
unfortunately.
then.
Yeah.
But it was a nice little one. So if you come across one used, unless there was a reason they stopped making it, yeah, there's lots of cool ways to do it. Though, Joe, I think there's nothing better than learning how to do something. And I think people, if they would go find the videos, there are lots of them out there on YouTube, they will find it is not that complex. I mean, I already know that there are cables to convert a mic input to an instrument, a line. I think I have one around here somewhere that I bought at one point for like $12.99 off of eBay. But I like the idea of doing it yourself. I think it's a great way to learn how to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. That's what Paco was it kept insisting that I make a microphone. I was like, I don't know anything about making I don't
We're gonna
want
do
to
that.
be a microphone maker, but
We're gonna do that, Clay. We are gonna make the Clay Allen limited edition sound hole capture.
sound hole.
Records things from your noise hole.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Well, Mike, I
noise
hope
hole
yours
capture.
is not broken as well.
Yeah, I wanted to put that up there because he said it a little bit ago and I was trying to acknowledge and say hi to him, but
And I ordered some too, so I hope mine are not broken.
oh, did you ordered some?
Well,
Yeah.
if yours are broken, are you going to see? I'm not going to open mine up and attempt to fix it unless they tell me to.
I ordered 5.
Wow.
I'm wondering. I want to
I mean,
hear if somebody else has
it's
got a broken one because then we'll know why they're selling them so cheap.
Well, I can hook it up.
Well, so I
No,
ordered
no,
5, but these are for the studio. So
Yeah.
All right.
I was saying I want to hear if anyone else has a broken one
Okay.
because if I start hearing more and more people saying they've got broken ones, then I'm going to be like, oh,
maybe
you know.
Well,
Well,
Joe, if one of your 5 turns up broken and you decide to fix it and it's an easy fix, sounds like it's a topic for another video.
I
Yes.
will let you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like my PE55, I think I'm going to make a video on. I might as well. You know.
Mm-hmm. You should.
Should. Jinx.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, I'm right there with you. He's like, I can't buy anything until I get a job. Yep.
Well, I won't be using these. If these 5 are working, I won't be using them for a while. So, like I said, although I probably can't even ship it to you and back for less than $25.
There, you know,
Right.
wow.
That's the goofy thing.
Well, you bought 5 of them, so you got free shipping because all it took was to spend $30 and you got free
Right.
shipping. I bought,
Yeah.
I bought, here's, I bought one of the microphones and this mouse pad. Basically, it's a 15 by 15, I think, mouse pad or 20 by 20.
When I bought my original King Bee, I bought the their heavy duty mic cable. So that's what I actually have in my studio running up onto my boom here. It's about almost a ½ inch in diameter. Maybe it is a ½ inch in diameter. It is huge.
Was that a neat product or was it a Turtle
Yep.
Beach product?
Neat. It was all neat.
Yeah, because I didn't see any cables on their website. So.
No. And the funny thing is on the Turtle Beach website, it's not listed in their products. So I'm sure they're just getting rid of them.
Yeah.
If you
It's a
look at the
shame.
products, there's no microphones listed there. So
I don't know if it's hubris or stupidity or I don't know. I mean, why buy a brand that, you know, has cachet and then stop making it? Logitech did the same thing with Blue. I mean, if Logitech could sell microphones at the with the belief or the customer support that Blue did, then they didn't need to buy Blue.
well, the original Blue microphones were also incredibly nice.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
baby bottle and the Bluebird, and I
Yeah.
mean, just they're very, very nice. Maybe I'll break out a Blue next time we do this.
Well built too.
There was a guy maybe 15 minutes north of me, who for the longest time on Facebook Marketplace had 2 blue baby bottle microphones for $50 each. And they just stayed there, and they stayed there, and they stayed there, and they stayed there, and I think they finally sold. Because he was difficult to get to. Even though it was 15 minutes, it was 15 minutes inside of a national forest that's north of me. And it's like, ugh, I don't deal with that.
Wow.
You didn't get them, I assume.
No, I did not.
No.
I don't. I have enough blue microphones.
You gotta tell us stories with happy endings.
The problem with buying blue microphones is there's no warranty support. I mean, what is their small diaphragm condenser that moves? Is that a Dragonfly or a?
It might be. There's a couple, but
Yeah,
there's the
it has a history of breaking. It's a known history, and so buying a used one, especially now when there's no parts available for those things anymore, was like, as much as I'd like to have one from my mic locker, if I had the extra capital, which I don't, it's just too much of a risk, and I'm not wanting to have to fix my own mics at this point.
Right. That's where I am. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not. I know.
I don't know nothing about birth and
I
no
don't.
babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I wouldn't do those things. Build my own XLR cable, or
Oh, you will be building your own microphone, Clay. You will.
I apparently I am. Hey, if that really happens and it takes off, great.
Clay Allen, Noise Hole Deluxe.
That's a great. That's it. Noise Hole Deluxe.
It's the NDX for short. No, NHX. Okay, that's all I got on this subject. So I think we've
All right. Well, we got 2 minutes left, so that was
great. Let's add it to the
Yeah.
next subject.
good. You did
Anybody have
good.
any questions about this?
Yeah. Paco says you can get an adapter. Yeah, we talked about that. Get one, make
Yep.
one. I mean, it's a little tricky. I mean, I think if most people are not like me and they're dealing with mostly modern XLR microphones, low impedance, 600 ohms or less, typically. And then most people are using modern electronics. It's the weird things that when you get into a microphone, like some of the Sures and some of the Electro Voice, that were high, medium, or low. And there was actually one of the Shure 55s that actually had a switch that was high, medium, or low. And that's where if you don't know that and you plug it into the wrong thing, you might get a signal out of it, but it might sound really bad.
And
I know
what
there's some
Oh.
mic review. Go ahead, Clay.
What was the high, medium, and low? I lost that part.
Oh, impedance.
Oh, impedance. Okay.
High impedance. Yeah.
Sorry,
so,
I didn't mean to interrupt. I just was.
No, it's okay. So the idea that I like if you get an XLR microphone, like a lot of cheap, well, some XLR microphones, sometimes they're cheap and sometimes they're vintage, and it may have an XLR cable, but it comes with a cable that goes from XLR to 1/4 inch. It's like, well, is that really a low impedance microphone that they just put an XLR end on it because that was the easiest one for them to source and build? But it comes with a 1/4 inch plug because they want you to plug it into a high impedance amp or input. Or, I mean, that's one of the things that I think just a lot of people don't know. And I've actually seen mic reviewers talk about not liking the sound of the mic. And I'm sure that the problem was a impedance mismatch.
I guess that would be an unbalanced connection then too. If it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love
But
that.
so like I know the precursor to the 58 and the 57, you could take the screw out where the XLR connector is, you pull it out, and you could swap a cable, and you could make the microphone from a low impedance to a high impedance. But you had to open it to do that. But then once you did that, you needed to have an XLR to 1/4 inch cable because the end didn't change. It was always an XLR end. So
It's still that way, actually. If you buy a 585, the reissue, or the 565, the
Yeah.
instrument, that's actually a feature. It's still.
I'm
a
not
feature.
sure I'm not sure that they're actually a reissue technically, Phil, because
Oh,
I don't think they've ever stopped making them.
no. Okay.
You know, I think they've still been in production. Now they might have
Okay.
moved from the U.S. to Mexico, but
Hmm.
I don't know that they've ever been out of production. They may have been, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I see a lot of them out there, and I understand why you would think it's a reproduction or a
Sure.
reissue because they've been around for a really long time. But
You know,
anyway,
Joe, you're the king of the segue, and this was an unplanned segue. But your to your point about me being wrong, and I know you don't mean it this way, but it's absolutely true. In our previous podcast, I had a video. Go to my channel and check it out. It's I was wrong, I think is what the title is.
hmm
When I said that that Shure didn't make a switch version of the SM57 and the SM58, and I was wrong. So wrong that I did a video recanting what I said. So they actually do, and it sells for the same
hmm
price. So go check out that video on my channel, Geek Omelet,
Mhm.
GeekOmelet. Watch me admit that I'm wrong, which doesn't happen that often. Not true. Anyway, so yeah, I actually do you know what? I had hoped that the what I guess is the 585 or is the 565? I always get the model numbers wrong. Of the Shure, the Unidyne. They're still Unidyne 3, aren't they? Yeah, they're still Unidyne 3s. The 545 and the 565. Let's see. Shure 545. Is it SE? 545 SD. And then I guess it's the instrument mic. And the 565 SD is the vocal version of it, just like the SM757 and 5758. I almost bought a pair of those, but then the prices went up. And for this Black Friday, they didn't go on sale. They didn't have them at the old $99 price. They were, I think, the cheapest I saw it. One place had like the instrument version for 109, which okay, it's only $10 more, but still. But I'd hope they'd do a package like sometimes Guitar Center or Musician's Friend will package the 57, the 58, together at like $189. Um, you know, I'd hope that they'd do that because I have to say that I'm curious about um, how I perceive those microphones sounding now. I've heard them in the past, but I think like everybody, especially as I do this more and more in these recent years, is you're training your ear on
Yeah.
how it should sound. So I'm curious to know what it sounds like. I guess I could just go to Guitar Center and ask them to plug a couple of them in. But
Musician's
Play
Friend is
around.
91.79
what?
on the 565.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at my phone because I was just double checking the
That is the Freddie Mercury microphone, by the way. That's the one that Freddie Mercury loved to use. In fact, if you look at their Live Aid performance, that's what
Yep.
he was singing into.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it is a sweet microphone.
Well, you've heard that story when someone was complaining about how much they hated those microphones. I said it was good enough for Freddie Mercury. It's not good enough for you. Maybe you're the problem.
Yeah. That's like people.
I mean, if they're knocking it, like really knocking it,
Just
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
That's like
Well, a
people
lot of
who
people
complain
well,
about the 57 and the 58. It's like you're just not using it right.
part
Oh
of the
yeah,
problem is they are better if you yell into them.
they're both on sale. And you know what?
Oh,
I have
I know what
points
you're saying.
front. Oh no, they're not. They're shite. They're 107.99. Maybe you have to put in a code. 10% off, 15% off 99 with code Black Friday. No.
Musician's Friend.
Go
Black
to the
Friday sale up to 60% off.
See what happens when I add it to the cart.
Oh, I think it's 15% off. Oh, if you pay if it's more than $99, you get the 15% off. I think that's where that's coming in. That's why it drops, depending on the store you're getting it from. Anyway.
Well, I'm gonna see. Bear with me. Are these available? No, that's just a bad picture. It's like, are they available in colors? I can't believe that.
King Paco says he was the first customer. Oh, was that for Clay's microphone?
That could be what he's saying. Yeah, I'll be the first customer. Yeah, I mean, I never, I don't know.
Well, the CR78 is while Philip's looking something up, is on their website. It says it's a limited edition, and on the Ecom website, it's $37. So I think they're expecting people to buy them and rebadge them or order them with a plain.
Oh, like bulk buy them and then
change them.
Yeah.
So
$32 discount if you buy both of them. $183.58 for the subtotal. That's before tax. But I'm sure that's free shipping. And how many points do I have?
So that's more common than we realize, I would assume.
Oh, I have $15 in credits too.
You mean
Right.
for the Ecom stuff?
To bulk purchase things like that and then rebadge them and.
Well, it's interesting because that's kind of how Rode started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy, I think it's the father or the grandfather of the current family business. He imported a bunch of just plain microphones, but he put new capsules in them. He did upgrade them.
So he didn't have to come up with the design for the housing of the microphone.
Yeah.
He had that down. Now he just needed to, yeah.
Boy, this is tempting because I can get both microphones for $168.
Sorry, I mentioned it.
What you son? No, I can't afford it, but still, that's after I have so I love musicians friends. You join their free club, you get credits every time you buy something that can be applied toward future purchases. And I have $15 worth of credits that apparently I haven't spent. They don't last forever. I think they can only stay for 6 months, but still, it says I've got them. But yeah, ain't gonna happen. I wish. Okay. So that was topic 2. We never did topic 1. Shall we go to topic 1?
We did all 3. I'm not sure where you were. We did all 3.
Well, I'm not sure where you think I was, but
we did all 3.
The first topic was
Yeah.
we talked about Black Friday. That was the opening. That wasn't topic
Then
1.
we talked about Vocaster.
Yeah.
Then topic 1 was in this day of plenty when starting out.
Are you telling me this last time, we weren't talking about the last topic?
No. So we went right to topic 2, which was Vocaster 1, Vocaster 2. And then topic 3 is hack the mic. And topic 1 was in this day and age, if you don't know what you're doing, should you worry about figuring out processing and equalization, or should you, with all the microphones available, just focus on buying a microphone that sounds good for your voice and your use case and your environment? And then learn the other stuff rather than willy-nilly applying it and doing a broadcast or something and getting it wrong. A discussion.
So do you want to start? Well, I think they kind of got pushed together. So do you want to talk about hacking the mic first, or do you want?
No, let's them hacking the mic.
First.
Well, it's too late now. We got to talk about hacking the mic last because we've already talked about everything else.
We never discussed should you buy a microphone. That's that and tune in.
What's that?
We've only talked about Black Friday, and we've talked about the Vocaster. Can you play it?
Well, there was 3 topics, right?
Yes.
Or was there like 5
Black
or
Friday
7?
was just an opening. We were going to talk about.
Oh, I thought that was a topic.
No,
Not bad.
it was just what's been going on, what kind of deals did we get, how we been, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
It's just a laundry list of shit.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
We
Well,
can skip the question. I think it's more of a discussion than it is, a real offer any advice. And
up
I
to you,
honestly
man.
don't know what the answer is. I was going to ask, and basically let the guy who throws, what's the candy bar they threw in the pool in Caddyshack? They threw in
Chum in
Baby
the
Ruth,
water.
wasn't it?
It was a
Was it
what?
Baby Ruth?
Baby
Yeah,
Ruth.
probably
Yeah,
Baby Ruth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be the guy to throw a Baby Ruth into a crowded pool, but you know, they don't
Right.
float. Not that I'm aware of, though. I've got to wonder how they made that one float. But yeah. I don't know. You want to talk about it for a minute, Joe?
Which one?
The idea of it comes down to, in my mind, the importance of learning to do equalization and compression and other processing correctly. You shouldn't just willy-nilly, you know, be doing it at the
Mm-hmm.
point that you're going live. And I think I asked this question. I might have asked it to both of you guys a couple months ago, but in this day and age of so many different microphone brands and so many different microphones, isn't it just easier to find a microphone that fits your voice, your needs, and your environment so that when you plug it in, you sound good on it? You may not sound great, but you won't sound bad, right? And worry about that first, because you're setting the bar for yourself. It's a much easier situation, because at least just plugging it in, it's going to sound good on your voice, or acceptable.
Or halfway decent. Yeah.
And you don't got to worry about, well, what does
Well,
compression do and how does it affect my room? And you can learn that at your
I
pace.
I think that one of the problems is which vertical are we talking about, right? Because if you're talking about someone who's doing voiceover in their booth, that's one conversation.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you're
talking
talking about a singer that's on stage, that's another conversation.
about YouTubers.
The problem with YouTubers is they're more worried about looking like Joe Rogan than what they sound like. That's my opinion. Is that they're not picking the mic? They're picking the microphone for the wrong reason.
I
If you
see.
look at
Right.
broadcast television, they got rid of lavalier mics a long time ago, and they true lavalier mics they got rid of, and they ended up with lapel mics, clip-on mics, or shotgun mics. So you don't ever see the microphone. They got rid of it. This
Right.
idea that was born out of Mike and Mike in the Morning, ESPN, where they took radio guys and put them on TV, and they brought their mics with them. That was the launching point of let's have microphones that people can see, and that it became a peeing contest based on who had what kind of microphone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't see it in broadcast television, except the other day it was, gosh, oh God, they had these crappy boom arms and crappy microphones. It was one of the NFL post shows. They made it look like a podcast, and they did it so poorly.
Thanks,
It's like,
Joe
why
Rogan.
are you doing that?
Joe
It
Rogan.
was really, really bad. It was
Yeah.
just so bad that you think that looks cool. It doesn't look cool. 'Cause you're
Dumbing
not
it
even
down,
doing it
man.
well.
Dumbing it
Just
down.
not even doing it well. So anyway, I think that you're right, that people should pick a microphone that gives them the easiest path and the least amount of work. But the problem is they're fighting against the image. And like for example, the original King Bee, neat King Bee, we're talking about the neat worker bee. People universally hated the way that thing looked.
Oh, yeah.
Sounded amazing. Sounds amazing. I've got two of them. I've got three of them. I've got two of the OGs and one of the new ones. I've got one. My son's got one, and I've got a new one and an old one, and my son's got an old one, and they sound great. And they're quiet. They weigh a ton, and yes, they're ugly. But
How's their handling noise?
why? Who handles that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm talking YouTubers and podcasters. They're constantly
It's
doing
so
this shit.
great.
Well,
Seeing and hearing the
well, the
different
thing is that,
perspectives of things. Like, he's got a point when it comes to, when you guys were talking about this earlier, when he's talking about the handling noise or the plosive issue with the NT3. because it lets people know what to be aware of and what not to do. But then there's like the other side of that coin that Joe comes crashing in with, and he's like, "But you're not supposed to do that with that." It's like, and it's like,
Right. It's
that's
like
right.
right. And it's like the whole argument about the great big ugly shock mounts on the RE20, the Electro Voice shock mounts.
Yeah, they're huge.
Do most people use that? No.
No.
Does my staff need it because they're pulling the mic over here to hit play, or they're pulling the mic over here to put in a CD? Are they putting it over here because they've got to do a meter reading at the radio station? They're moving that thing, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
it gets repositioned every 30 seconds maybe. And there's a lot of stuff going on in there and everything else. So do most podcasters need it? No. But they don't need SM7Bs either. They
No.
could have a 57 or a 565 or a 545 or a 555. You know, I mean, they would just sound great with any of those things, but they're pushing against the look.
What do you
That's all
got?
they need to put on their SM57, and it's an amazing vocal
Oh,
microphone.
yep. I've got one of those too.
What is that?
This is the popper stopper designed for the SM. This is the A2WS.
For the
The one that screw-
SM57?
It's the one that screws on,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they have two. They have one
Nice.
that's gray and one that's black, and I stick with
Yep.
the gray one.
Yep. That's the indoor president's microphone,
The indoor
as
president.
opposed to the outdoor president's microphone.
What's the outdoor microphone?
Not this president.
It's the 31, not this president, but every other president.
Yeah, I saw a
Is
very
it the
interesting story about that, and this is not a criticism of this president. It's just he doesn't have, the typical voice that you would think of for a public speaker, and so the mic that he uses, it's a lot like I was talking to Claire earlier about a mic we both just got in, and I don't think I have a Barry White voice. I don't have a Joe voice, right? It's a deep voice, but not deep, right? That microphone really works hard to make it makes my voice sound like I'm a broadcaster, and I don't like it because those frequencies aren't there. It's putting them there, and to my ear it makes it sound muddy. But if you want to have a boomy voice, then and I forget what microphone he is using. I think it's an AKG or a Sennheiser.
Who?
The current president.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's because
AKG, huh?
I can't remember. But it actually, it's probably a Sennheiser now that I think about it. But I'm not sure. We'd have to see. But it does. Is it really? It lifts his voice, the bottom end of his voice.
Bottom end.
Yeah. I mean, I do it too. No criticism at all. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
But
Like,
on his voice, the SM57 isn't enough. The SM58 isn't enough. So
got it. Yep, that's kind of interesting to know that there's an indoor president's microphone and an outdoor president's microphone.
yeah.
Well, no, for this for previous administrations, they were always SM57s,
Right.
but the foam filter changed. That's the point. And I'm trying to find the other pop filter, and I can't find it. Can't believe.
Yeah, I mean they have a pop filter for that's like this size. Shure makes one that's for the 57 and 58. That this opening is actually for a
Like a big old monster.
this is for my SE Dynacaster 8.
I love those big windscreens. I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't use them as often.
the large Shure microphone. They actually, I think Lex Mofi. No, okay. It seems like they have a similar concept, like Lex Mofi on some of their covers, and it's one of the reasons I like them is they have a different interior lining, I think, than the exterior. It's two kinds of foam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
that's
like
what
that.
Shure does on that. They've got two different kinds of foam that it's made up of.
Reporter Store does that. With there's like there's a foam on the inside and then a foam on the outside.
Yeah.
That just sounds like it's better to me, but because I don't
Okay.
really know.
So I found a copy of it, and it just says the Shure SM57 windscreen, but it's not the same one you have. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's gray. On the back of it, it's black.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
And
That's what I've got. It's gray, and then it's got the black connector on it.
no. No, it's about the size of an RE21. It's
Oh,
huge.
yeah, no, that's the bigger one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's the outside one.
Yeah.
And then if you put, that's not to make a joke, but if you push your finger into it,
hmm
at the very end of it, inside of that is the same kind that you have in the is you have a piece of a filter that's like in the Hakan pop filters here, like
Oh, yeah.
so there's an insert inside, so it's foam, but there's 2 layers of different kinds of foam.
Hmm.
So
It's like this stuff. It's well, my thing
yes,
is not going to focus, but it's very wide cell.
yeah.
Large
So
cell.
so it's huge. As a matter of fact, on the video I made 2 or 3 or 4 years ago about the AKG 150 170, I actually had that on a pencil condenser because it works great. But because of its size, it may actually fit. That might be the thing to put on your Rode mic there, Philip. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I if I wanted to spend the kind of money that the Shure costs, it's an
It's like
expensive pot filter.
it's about $30, I think. Yeah.
This has been working for me
30?
well.
Really? I thought it was a lot more than that.
Well, when I bought it, but I'm old.
Yeah, I think it's gone up, Joe. Where is it? I'm looking for it right now. Sure, A81WS, $42 on Musician's Friend.
Yeah, McCormick's. It's $19.99.
What? Seriously? What
Yeah.
the hell is McCormick's?
I don't know, but I found it right here.
Is that a real website?
I don't know.
I see McCormick Herbs and Spices. Is it McCormick's Music?
Wheeling, Illinois, 550 Palwaukee Drive, Wheeling, Illinois.
Okay, McCormick's Machine Banding Performance? No. I don't know. I just typed in McCormick's Wheeling, Illinois. I
Don't know.
Send me a link, dude. I'm not gonna search on camera anymore.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, is that it? Are we done? Is that it for that topic?
Don't
How are
know.
we, Clay? Where'd you go, Clay?
I knew where you were, so I wasn't asking.
Do you have one? Is that what you're putting on? Okay. So I think we're done this topic, unless anybody has any questions or comments.
Look, it moves me around.
Keep the viewers on their toes.
I also want to talk to King Paco about his computer choices here.
Yeah.
What's with his computer choices?
It looks like he's thinking about getting a MacBook.
Oh, that's always a good idea.
I have one by accident, basically. Not accident, but if it was left up to me, I probably wouldn't have gotten one because I just couldn't afford one. But given the situation and I ended up with one, I'm happy I got it.
So I found McCormick's, Joe.
Did you see the link I sent you?
No.
Actually,
It's
the
on your-
link
it's on your
came
phone.
through,
Yeah,
but I
I
already
saw that.
found it. I already found it. So, but thank you for sending it. I appreciate it.
So anyway, King Paco, I'm working on a 2012 MacBook Pro here. So
Yeah, these guys sell uniforms, flags, and live sound equipment. Okay.
Why is
Right.
it so skinny down at the bottom? Does it like make it to where it's closing in around the shaft?
Yeah.
it's tight.
Huh. Now, what did you send that to? Did you want me to put that up on the thing? or-
No, he was sending it to me.
I was
Oh,
just
okay.
sending it, just
I'm
seeing
not,
what I was
I'm
talking
not
about.
convinced these guys are real yet. So I need to
All right.
call them tomorrow and find out.
And that's 2 different layers of foam?
Yeah.
Hmm.
At least, unless it's a knockoff. Who knows? Philip will tell me, since that's his business, is clones and knockoffs.
I
I
knew
wish it
somebody
was
was
my
Kevin.
business.
Kevin is saying what I was thinking because I said it
I
It
wish I could make money at
grips tight around the shaft.
And it's yes.
that. Ridged for our pleasure.
He said, "That sounds dirty."
Yep. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it is.
All right. So, next topic.
Well, so what was that topic?
I don't remember what was this
Next.
topic we were talking about.
Well, we're talking about getting
Well,
a
the next-
microphone that you need or want, right? The
Oh yeah,
idea
yeah.
of-
How do we get? Oh yeah, right.
and
We're the last thing was the hacks.
We haven't gone there
Yeah.
yet.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so-
already we're past an hour.
yeah. Are we really?
Well, then I guess
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
done.
time flies when you're having
Not
fun.
Thanks for
much.
enjoying.
We're at an hour, and that's why I said if you want to talk, this is why the
Yes.
timing helps because we
Yes.
go off on tangents and
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. So
But-
the answer, I think the answer is we jointly agree that you should start off buying a mic that sounds best for you, and
I agree 100.
worry about learning how to
99%.
use it if you have to get going down the line. So
Yes, and even if you're concerned about its look, I think that we all know this that keeping it slightly out of the frame, if you're trying to not do something or do something that you think is sexy or appropriate for the vertical that you're in is one thing, but your microphones are both just in there, but you could put foam on them and no one would have any idea of what those were.
that's right.
Right? You could put like an RE20 filter on that and no one would have a clue
No,
of what that was. And if it was black, it wouldn't be so obvious, right? I mean,
What is it? Don't know.
I don't know, but it's bright, right? So
if I put this just a little bit out, I could tell everybody it was
What
the
is it?
PD300X.
Is it blending into
If
my
that's what
shirt?
this came
It
off
should be.
yeah, I can't even see it.
There you go. Gotta love that.
Yeah. So yeah, it just depends on the vertical you want to be in and what's important to you. But there's certainly a lot of microphones out there and a lot of where we started interfaces out there that you could get started off really cheaply if you're doing
And sound
podcasting
It sounded good without having to
and
do
sound good.
a whole lot of
Sound
work.
good.
You know.
And right and according to some people, the Rodecaster mics sound pretty good, or the Vocaster mics sound pretty good.
Really, I wouldn't mind getting one just to see.
Check out
Didn't you
my
do-
videos.
I
on
know
that
that's
very
what I was.
subject.
I was
I know you
pitching
were.
it.
I know
I was
you were.
pitching it.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, it was a slow pitch, and I was going, "Is that a ball coming toward me? Oh, it's
Yeah.
for me. Okay."
Yeah, that
Yeah,
and
compared
it was very very close to the SM58.
58.
so
Yeah.
close.
Hey, we need to do polls. Then we can ask, do I need to do a third follow-up or a second follow-up, a third video on that microphone?
I'll talk to Kevin. Kevin will have to help me figure out that, and I can put a poll in here.
Okay. I have since found additional evidence. I don't think it's worth another video, but that the capsule in that microphone is definitely not a short capsule, and it has to do with the fact that it looks almost identical to the capsule in the Fine K688. So I think it's just sort of
Well-
that generic.
But it's a like kind of like what we hate and what we love, right? It's we don't want someone to be like some of the companies that say, "Hey, this is the SN58," right? And we think
Right.
that cloning something is kind of dirty and underhanded. But the idea that that the imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. If someone is taking some design and especially if it's out of patent, right? And someone's going to do that and try to do it at a decent price, then people without a lot of money can benefit from it, knowing that it might not have the quality of the original, but they get close.
Well, it's the only place you can
that's
buy a replacement capsule that's even somewhat affordable, even though it really doesn't
Right.
sound like an SM57 or 58 or.
but right, but as back to the retro review, Kevin says tangent smangent. There's a ton of those capsules you can get out there, and a lot of people are like getting old broken Super 55s that have been abused or left in the rain or flooded out, and they're just gutting them and putting those capsules in, and they're making microphones that are pretty good. Are they Are they a Shure 55? No, but they're pretty good. So,
That's a similar point. I know you weren't setting me up for it. It's just a coincidence, but it just so happens on a recent video that I made the point about, it's not just getting counterfeit microphones. You can, buying a used microphone, you can buy an SM58 that had a blown capsule and, the person replaced it with, a knockoff capsule like the one that's in this Focusrite microphone or any of these other
mhm,
fake. And the only person who knows at that point is Shure when you send it in to have it repaired or whatever.
yeah.
Um, I mean, it's a dangerous business buying used. So it's a risky business, not dangerous.
And
Um,
and and Bark has shown us that over and over again over on Obscure
mhm.
Mics as he has swapped capsules for fun.
And
Right.
I'm actually going to launch my own series called Hack the Mic. That is about making a mic sound different, making it because there's no reason you can't do that. The whole point though is in regards to the discussion we're having is that you want to buy what you think you're buying. That's all. So
Right.
Yeah. Right, right, right. Yeah, Kevin, I'm gonna have to take your word on that. I just don't have nearly the experience that you guys do on the USB.
His Profile 3, it's a
Yeah.
very good mic. I haven't gotten to where he is yet that I think it's the great option for everybody, but I think it's a good option.
what, Mike?
The Profile 3. So if he was saying if somebody is just starting out and you were talking about just getting something that sounds good and not having to do a lot of tuning,
What brand is that?
fine.
Fine, fine.
Oh, okay. Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good mic. This is like it's heavy. It's not as heavy as some other mics, but it's an incredibly well built mic. Um,
Sorry,
it,
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just reminded. I'll tell the story another time. Yeah.
it's a to me, it's got a little bit of a boxy sound, but it's not not in a bad way. It's not what I'm saying.
Small diaphragm condenser capsule, right?
I would imagine. I don't know what size the capsule is, but yes, it's a condenser USB. Um,
I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. There are a
and it
lot of
does
great
have a
sounding small
It's got
diaphragm.
you can go. I think it's low cut or flat.
Hmm.
I actually took this in my review and I went outside with it and walked around talking with this in the middle of winter.
Cool.
But it sounded really good outside. Like it's
So
pretty
it
good mic.
wasn't like bringing in well, cool.
No.
Yeah, there are a lot of great microphones out there that are surprisingly affordable.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, was it Back to the Retro asked, he said, I really want a 512 Limelight. Oh, uh, so Kevin, that's Kevin, sorry. So Kevin, last night, B&H had the 512 Limelight for $29.95. I put it in my cart, and like the pumpkin in Cinderella, the carriage that turned back into a pumpkin at midnight, it went back up to $49 before I could buy it.
Wow.
So I wouldn't buy one for $49.
I'm curious, where do you get them at mostly?
B&H is usually the best deal on them, but you can get them at a variety of places. They're a sub brand of Warm Audio.
And it's just 512 Limelight.
Yeah,
I
512
want to see it.
company. It looks like an RE20 copy. It looks like somebody tried
Mm-hmm.
to, it's slightly different as far as the I mean, it's the exact shape of an
$50
RE20.
on B&H.
Yeah, that's its regular sale price.
Oh, is it? It's a good price. Says you're saving $100.
Yeah, you're not. You're not. There's I forget the name of the gentleman who I watched a whole video today where he was talking about, this video was like 4 years old, and he bought it at $50 thinking, gosh, it's $150 normally. And then it
It's
went on
not
sale
really.
for $29.
Well,
They've got
it's it's 150 on their website, on
Yeah,
512's
149.
website. Yeah.
They've got a $79.99. You can get a cheesy little boom arm to come with it.
From everything that I've heard, and I've heard a lot of reviews of it, I would have spent $29 on it. I don't know that I'd spend $50 on it. I think there's $50 you can spend
Really?
on a lot of microphones that it's got an issue with RF interference. It's got a position switch, so in one of the positions it tends to pick up RF noise. It's a really thin kind of metal, which means it's resonant. So when it gets touched, the cable. So it's not the greatest mic.
I'm
But it's $29
sensitive when I get touched. So I know.
Yeah, but that's supposed to happen. It is definitely a design flaw in regards to this microphone.
Yeah. Know your Joe. How you doing? He said, "Hey, Kevin."
Hey, thanks for coming to our show to talk to Kevin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's late. I'm full of piss and vinegar tonight, and I apologize.
Okay, third topic.
I am so confused. So I'm assuming
Hack
it's
the mic.
okay. All right. Because I had a moment earlier where I thought I knew what we were talking about, and I didn't. So.
Clay, at some point here, we're going to have a performance review.
Oh, listen, like it's a real thing, man. Like it's yesterday when I did Santa, I was so over. I want to say I was, what's the word? Overstimulated.
Mm-hmm.
They did like they gave away like a business of the year thing for the town, and we went from like having about 10 people to having about 70 people in a 10-person room. And I'm Santa, and all these people in the town come in from fancy restaurants and all that, and I'm like, and the next thing you know, it was just chaos. And I left there and I couldn't even figure out how to text people. Like I was messing up things. I was lucky. I swear to God, I don't know. It's like something misfires when I get overwhelmed, and then
it's all right. It's all right.
The funny thing is I understand both of these positions here, because I think that Philip sees the granularity in what he speaks of, and Kevin lumps them together in larger categories. I think that's what's happened. So I'm following both of you. So
Joe is playing 4D chess, and
not really. It's just that.
Okay.
No, but in the text that I got from Clay,
yeah,
I can understand what you're saying, even though he sent me the text. I understand that. Yep.
Cool.
So anyway, hacking the mic.
hacking the mic.
I think that's part of choosing the correct mic. Actually,
it can be. Absolutely, it can be. It can be an offshoot. What if you choose the wrong mic? What if you get given a microphone that,
Well, right. And what do you mean by hacking the mic? So before we...
Well, in this case, I mean, changing a microphone's performance there are multiple ways. In this case, I'm talking about through changing, through adding material. So foam, cloth, removing existing things, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But there are a lot of ways to hack the mic. You can open it up and you can, if it's a condenser microphone, you can, there are well-known hacks where you can add a different capacitor and change the tone of the microphone.
Right. And I'm going to...
Was
Go ahead.
King Korg, the P200 and 400 series AKG microphones that a guy who knows what he's talking about, unlike me, who was actually able to compare and achieve very close to a Neumann sound by changing a capacitor on the board of these microphones, because they are actual copies of Neumann schematics.
Like the same material, same build.
Right. So yeah, he was able to achieve a very similar performance.
What's the same circuit? That's what it is.
It is the same circuit, just cheaper parts.
So before we even get into that, one of the things I'll go back to, one of my me making fun of microphone reviewers because you don't do that is, and I've done this too. I did one sort of mic review in a more straightforward way as opposed to an informational video, and I put all the microphones at the same distance because I thought that would ensure that they would all get the same performance.
Mhm.
But the problem is, in terms of hacking a microphone and choosing a microphone and using a microphone, is that all microphones do not perform equally
The
at
same.
the same distance. So when microphone reviewers say, I'm going to put this microphone at 4 inches from my mouth, that might be beneficial to one microphone, but might not be beneficial to another microphone.
And would the same be
And
true for voices on each microphone?
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's the thing is that's why you can put the microphone here, you can put it 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 here, you can up, and find out where it's best for your voice. And most people are not going to take the time to do that.
But that's also hacking the mic.
No,
Right.
that's
That's
my
mic
point.
hacking.
My
Yeah.
point is that learning where, because a lot of people have head resonance and a lot of people have chest resonance, and a lot of people have some of each. And the idea that all mics are going to work equally well on all people in the same position is just naive.
So the question
Yeah.
is,
But most people don't know that, so they have to come here and learn that.
is
Yeah.
my
You know.
chest resonance coming across as I have the microphone? on
Right.
my chest?
Right.
It is. Yeah.
And at what distance does proximity effect help before it gets boomy?
Right.
And to your point before about learning how to EQ and stuff, and maybe that should be left for another time of going through some of these different things.
Mhm.
But at what point for your voice, where is nasal? Where is that nasally feature that you have to take out in post? Or maybe if you've got a microphone that you want to deal with and you want to do it live, but you know that maybe it has a boxy sound because of your booth or your room, or maybe it's a nasally sound, or
Yep.
maybe it's the overly whatever, and how to do that. Because I have a method for doing that, for figuring it out.
Tell us.
Well, I mean, like I said, I will take a microphone and I will just read into it or talk or whatever, and I'll record it. But I'll say I'm speaking directly into the mic. Now it's 45 degrees off to the right. Now it's at my eyebrow, but pointed at my face or whatever. And I'll just listen. But then I'll go back and listen to it.
Mhm.
And then I will EQ it with a parametric EQ, because it's impossible to talk and listen at the same time, because part of the sound is coming through the headphones into your ears and part of it's coming through your head.
Yeah,
So
right.
So the only real way is in post, with nothing else around, where you can just hear your voice, not you speaking, but just the recorded portion. And then when you
how I do
EQ
that?
it,
I close my eyes. Like if I do a test and I want to play it back and listen to it, I hit play and I put my head down and I just listen. I close my eyes. For some reason, I close my eyes. It puts all my attention to my ears.
well, sometimes I'll do that, especially if I'm doing really critical listening. But the other thing I will do is I'll talk into a mic in 5-minute increments in different positions. And then I might play it back while I'm cleaning the house. And I'll go, oh, that doesn't sound very good. Or, oh, that I like that. I'm not even really paying attention to it, but it's just playing in the background. So
Right.
I'm listening
No,
to
you're
it
not-
kind
yeah.
of casually. So sometimes I listen to it really intentionally, and sometimes I listen to it casually. But if I have a microphone that's got a problem, that's just the thing is I tell the students, when you're talking about EQ or compression, that all of these tools can be used correctively or creatively. And first I start to get them correctively so you sound as natural as possible. So if I've got a microphone that's a little bit too sibilant, I take something out of it, and then in the parametric EQ or a graphic EQ, and I know what that is, then I can make my own graph for that microphone. And then when I do it live, I don't know if I can show you this. If I do it live, I can take my graphic EQ and I can EQ it before it goes out. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
I've got a channel strip, and then I've got an analyzer, and then at the very bottom, I've got a 32-channel EQ. Now, I've not done that for this microphone. That's a setting for I don't even know what microphone, but
And you're prompting me to say also too, in the times that we live in, the fact that almost everybody who's doing this is using almost a PC, a Mac, and an audio interface, which means that a lot of everything that you've shown there you can get as a plug-in. So you can get a parametric equalizer and a graphic analyzer, and
yes, it's just not always easy to do it live without adding
no,
latency.
no.
You
No,
know how
this
to
is
use them,
yeah.
because that is actually one thing that I am not real good at is EQ. Like, I know you might not realize that, but I get overwhelmed with them. So I keep it simple as possible. I know what I like and I know what to do for that. And that's about it.
Most people
And
just
that
set a smiley face.
and
Yeah.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A gentle thing. And then if somebody tells me, oh, it sounded a little too bassy. Oh, okay. Then I'll fix it.
yeah. So Know Your Joe's complaining about RAM prices. So so go to what you need to do is you need to go to Goodwill and buy all the old computers just to take the RAM out of them.
And learn how to solder so you can then move the chip.
Yeah.
Make your own.
Yeah, and Kevin,
Actually-
the K699D does sound great with foam in it.
Yeah, I did the same. Me and Kevin both did. I had a picture, but so basically, I'll go ahead and start with my hack for this because I wanted not a pop filter, a screen windscreen
Go right ahead.
for the NT3. And what I did was I took one of my K669Ds apart, and this is what comes out of the middle of it. Inside the head basket, this is what's in there. It's a little thin. You can see through it. Like I can literally see you guys through it. But it fits perfectly on there. But it's not enough. So I was like, well, can I put anything else? So this is my PD300X from the Mayono microphone. And it goes on there nice. So it works. And
How's it with
typically,
plosives?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. This is relatively close. I'm like 3 inches away from it.
How about to the side?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. You can still hear that crackle. Hear it?
Okay. Yes.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Not criticizing your solution. I think it's an excellent solution, and it depends on the use case. You saw mine. I think you commented on it, where my initial solution was to take very cheap SM57 style stage foam. I made a slice. I got my hot glue gun out, and I made a much tighter diameter, right? And then slipped it over the mic. And then I have a little circle of foam, which I don't have handy right here now, that went kind of in this spot right here.
Oh, the little ball. Yeah.
No, it's just
Oh,
it's just a piece of black foam that I like a lot, that I got on some packaging, but
that-
I don't have it here. And then I took a regular one, and much like your solution, head on Peter Pipe. Well, I don't have the foam in there, but it didn't do it. And then when I got around the side, it still was pretty bad.
Well,
still has that crackle. Yeah.
It still does.
right, but that's one of the as the engineering part of me laughs because it's like we want these microphones to be sensitive and have really good transients.
Right.
But then the trade-off is they are not good with plosives at all.
Right.
That's correct. And and that's how this
But-
mic was designed to be used. And
Yeah.
But your point is it shouldn't say it's good for vocals. That's misleading.
However, so I'm gonna turn my volume down and put the other mic back up real quick, and I'm gonna show you my hack. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2. All right, I'm bringing the volume down on this one.
Mike,
All right, go ahead. You were saying, Joe?
I was going to say, my guess is, and I'll have to try this next semester because I don't think I'm dealing with any vocalists before exams, is if I were to take that microphone and put it up at about 6 feet or about a foot higher than a vocalist on a C stand, and then put a popper stopper in front of it, and have a singer sing underneath it. So they're at least a foot away,
It
or
will
maybe
work.
2 even. But belting, I bet it would sound great.
It actually, even with this hack, it maintains a good portion of its sensitivity. And this microphone
Yeah.
is actually, it works quite well out of frame, almost right up out of frame, like my small diaphragm condensers. So what I discovered, is this the, yes. So to start with, the thing I discovered with this microphone is it's more sensitive to air, actually, from the sides, because I don't know if you can see here, but the gap is rather large. So this absolutely does nothing. It makes no difference whether it's in there or not. It doesn't make a difference.
It helps keep the spit out of it.
Yeah, that's about all it does.
No, I mean, a lot of times that's because if the less garbage you get on it, the longer the longevity is increased quite a lot by keeping the capsule clean.
So this is high density microfiber cloth. Okay, it looks like it's felt, but it's actually microfiber. So if you work it, it'll actually loosen up, but it's still very tight, tight weave. So I started off with wanting to get rid of that plosive from the side, the sensitivity. So I found that if you wrap it clockwise, because you're going to be screwing, so you don't want it to grip, just stick it in the head basket, and it goes from the top of the head basket down, and then screw it back on. Okay, let's bring it back up.
Check the switch. That's what I did earlier.
Testing 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. So thank you.
I did it. I just did it.
I forgot that I pulled the rechargeable 9-volt battery that I was using in it out to recharge it. It's still charging. So Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So it's still a little sensitive by itself, but it's cut it quite a bit. Yet I don't find that having the sides like that has dramatically changed the tone of the microphone. It's still got a very nice, decent radio sound in my voice. I'm still the same distance. I don't feel like it's changed much other than a little bit of the side sensitivity. And this microphone is a standard cardioid pattern. Good, Joe.
Is the high pass filter on?
Oh, I have no idea. There's a high pass filter on this thing?
Isn't that one of the ones that has a 3-position switch? Or am I thinking of the other one?
No, the NT3, not that I'm aware of.
Let me see.
That's only
the 1000S. The AKG has a 2-position switch.
The new one.
The the Mark IV.
Yeah, this is just a one
on the inside. One of the fat ones has an on and an off and a bass roll off. There's a 3-position. Which one is it? Is it the MT3?
NTG3 maybe? The shotgun mic?
Well, no, there's also a cheaper version of this from Rode, but it's black.
Yeah, I've got that too. I wasn't aware that it has a switch.
No. One of them has a bass roll off switch on it. And I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
The M3?
The M3.
Maybe. That's the one I've got. It's back on the shelf. I had to go get it. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning here. So it's still plosive heavy from the front. Peter Piper, I'm not going to bother. So what I did was then, sorry, where'd it go? All right. So this is actually some fish tank filter foam that I got off of AliExpress. It's a tight weave.
There's been a lot of talk about that material being used.
Yeah, there's two different things. There's the wide density fish tank filter
That's the
foam,
one I'm
and
thinking of. Yeah.
then there's these. These are actually tight. This comes in black and it comes in green, and they look and feel identical, but only the green really works. The black stuff it's like it's just passes it right through, like it's not even there.
Yeah.
So what I did was I took
It's,
my little um, made it foam solution, and then I took my green thing and I took some just extra mic foam that I had. I shoved it in the hole in the center. And then put that up in the tip of the foam. And let it settle. And Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a peck of Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Voila. And so you can get much closer to the microphone. I still think it has a really nice, pleasant tone. I don't have it's actually I'm gonna have to make a new one of those inserts. It's coming apart. I pulled it off way more times than it was designed to come off. And uh-oh, you guys gone? Oh, there we go.
I was
And so
putting you up so we could see better.
so that's how I hacked this mic using a combination of foam and microfiber cloth.
that sounds
And
great.
yeah, I think it sounds great. I really do. And if you want to your point earlier, Joe, if you want to get it back further away, you're gonna have to put up with an increased room noise. But I'm only at about 50% on my gain right now. So if I start bringing it up, so that's about 55% right there. That's about 60%. So suddenly more proximity.
That's
You
crazy.
are
Yeah,
picking up more of the room when I talk.
but
You
not to
can
the point where it sounds bad.
no, I would do a podcast with
And if
this.
it were overhead, pointing down at your chest, it might even be better.
So that's
Yeah,
what I
I
wanted
mean,
to ask you was if
yeah,
I was to do it above me, where do I point it? At my chest, right?
yeah. So there's
Well,
kind of going at my chest, not my mouth.
Yeah,
So it
like right.
depends.
Yeah, exactly. Like aiming for your
So
chin, kind of.
well,
yeah,
in the same thing I was saying before, Kevin. Kevin Clay. It depends a little bit on your structure,
Yeah.
because on some people it's like at their eyes, and some
isn't that
people it's at
interesting?
their mouth, and some people on their chin.
Right.
So it also depends on how far away you are. So it varies a little bit, but
Do you guys hear that? Watch. All I'm doing is holding it.
But
Can you hear the increase in noise?
hang on.
Here we go. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is. That's
I'm not
weird.
sure. I'm not sure it's an increase as much as it's a change.
Yeah, I mean it's
So,
introducing some kind of noise
yeah,
has to do with me gripping. This is kind of
yeah,
the cheap Mayano stand that comes with the PD 200W.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's
So
because it's
to
hollow. I don't know.
to step back a couple of minutes, yeah, it is the M3 that's got the base roll-off switch.
Oh,
One, I just double checked, and then the
okay.
other thing is if you do have a big enough piece of long enough filter, like Clay's is longer.
Hmm.
If you do put part of that really open fish filter in the end, it
Hmm.
does push it out a little bit, which keeps you a little bit farther away from the capsule and puts a little bit of an air buffer in there.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't do as much. So it's kind of like the SM7B that's got the capsule pulled back. It kind of has that similar
Right.
effect. So it
So
has an effect, but it's a little bit more subtle.
can I tell you something though that I discovered as because I tried multiple things, including using like an SM57 or sorry SM7B filter, thinking that air gap. So anytime that I actually didn't get the foam connecting with the foam underneath, connecting with the top of the head basket, um, the plosive, the popping continued. It was like that little gap of air made it worse. So and that's how I eventually got to this was I just ended up I was like, why is it still popping? Why is it still popping? And then as soon as I kept the distance, but eliminated any airspace in there and just left this foam to fill the space. It's interesting.
And it may have something to do with those side vents
Hmm.
that have that that help with its directionality.
Mm.
I'm not
Well, it
sure.
still seems to maintain its directionality. I don't feel like it's still pretty wide cardioid pattern. Certainly it's less resonant when I'm talking, off axis. It's
Right, but
To me it sounds like a supercardioid at this point.
well, the more directional a microphone is, the worse it has with transient sounds and with proximity effect.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
omnis have very little.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why reporter microphones are mainly
Yep,
Omni, right? Yeah.
omnis. Yep.
So, obviously, your room, your voice, what you're trying to record with it, make a huge difference.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was all done with material and foam. There are
Oh
other
yeah.
ways to do it, and I think this is fun. I highly recommend. I've got I've got 4 boxes of different foams. You know, that every time I get a package in, um, one of the best um, one of the best foams previously that I've found and that I've used to kind of hack this is this stuff. I bought a battery for my old Sony Vaio. It uses a sort of a flat brick shaped battery, and the battery comes lined in 2 layers on each side of this stuff, and
That's
it's great density for voice. And so
that's funny because I'm actually shopping for flat foam for that 55 rebuild that I'm going to do.
where are
It's
you
funny.
getting? Because see, that's the thing.
I
The
haven't bought any yet. I'm still shopping.
I
But
haven't found a supply. I mean, I would love to find a foam supplier. I mean, this stuff has got to come from somewhere. But all the craft stores and things like that, they mainly deal in like closed cell foam, which doesn't work for what we're doing.
yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna see if one of my dead cats fits on that mic, and if it
oh, that
does,
was the other thing. That was the other thing I saw. I saw a great hack for this where a guy took a dead cat design for a Shure Move mic, the MV88 Plus, and he pulled the inside foam, this stuff out, and he put that dead cat on there, and then he kind of, got the loose frills up inside the head basket. And for what he was trying to do, it worked great. It worked great. I think it was like a $9 off-brand dead cat for an MV88. The diameter was almost perfect for the diameter of the capsule in here.
well, I have a whole box of that foam, that monkey fur you can get from the craft store. So
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, super cheap.
Cool. Monkey fur.
Monkey fur, huh?
Does
That's
it
what
have
we
the
call it.
elastic on one side of it?
I just get it in sheets, so it's whatever you put on it. I mean, it's
Oh,
not. It's just I use it. I bought it. I have a huge box of it for fly tying. I've got it in brown. I've got it in
mm.
purple. I've got it in orange. I've got it in red. I've got it in rainbow flavor.
Truth be
So
told, I would have ordered the dead cat and gone with the dead cat material, but I just happened to have sheets of this
yeah,
microfiber that I bought 20 years ago when I was working at Sony, and I wanted a really fine microfiber cloth that wouldn't scratch, wouldn't had such a tight weave it had a hard time picking up dirt because that tends to scratch lenses
hmm
when you use the cheap microfiber cloths to clean lenses and glasses. So I found this supplier that had this tight weave stuff, and I've still got like I don't know 3/4 of a bag of it left. I was like, how that would do? Now I did try it on a fine for our Black Friday broadcast, and Clay was like, He was like, that doesn't sound good. It sounded good in my headphones, but it did not sound good on the broadcast. In fact, as soon as I pulled it off and switched to this, the sound quality went up. So, it depends on the mic, depends upon how
Mhm.
Right.
you're doing it. I think I wrapped the entire capsule with it, top and bottom. So it just didn't pass enough of my voice.
Well, in some of the it's important that when you're trying these hacks that you do it, and like we were talking about before, do it, record it, because sometimes in the moment, just like with volume changes, oh, that sounds better because it's louder.
Right.
We have a proclivity to think of change in audio as good, and sometimes it's not. So it's after the fact, you've got to go back and listen to it, like at the eye doctor. Is this better? Or is this better? Is this better or is this better? And you have to listen at different frequencies. Is the bass okay? There's more bass, but is it too muddy? Or there's less sibilance, but can I understand the person as well? So it's really important to kind of
Absolutely right.
to listen to all these things.
Absolutely right. Because what sounds good in the moment also too can be exhausting over time.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right.
All right. Well, that's it. So
About that time.
we're only 48 minutes late. And here I was hoping we'd have, quick 15-minute shorts content.
He was like, I got this idea.
Well, it was the first time. We'll get better.
Start editing.
You can't edit it live.
No. Well, you could download it and then re-edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks. If I'm gonna edit, I'm just gonna record it the first time.
Oh, I know. I'm teasing.
Oh.
Well, you know what, Clay? If you wanna send me the files, I might play around with trying to create some short content out of it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I was
me a
doing
link.
that before.
I know you were. I didn't do anything with it.
What was I sending you? The actual file?
I don't know. You were sending me video files. I didn't do anything with them. I asked for them. You very kindly did it, and then I did nothing. And then I very kindly did nothing with your generous supplying of files. But actually, I'll take a shot at making some shorts out of them.
Yeah. That's a lot of scanning through. I'm terrible at that stuff, but yeah.
Just if it's easy to send me a link for the master file for this broadcast, I'll break it up. I don't need you to.
I can send you. I'll just email it. I'll see if I can email the whole. Yeah. Well,
You have to send me a link.
for
You won't
this.
send it
No,
to me
this.
an email.
Yeah, you could just download this yourself.
Okay, we'll talk about that offline.
I think. Yeah. We'll talk about it because I'll do whatever you want to do. It's fine.
Well, in
maybe
that case, get out your checkbook and write me a check with
Yeah, except for that.
€60. Oh, okay.
Maybe sometime in the future I can do a EQ lecture for King Paco and anyone else who's interested.
Can I tell you what, Joe? That's a really good idea. I
Yeah,
heard
it
a
is.
YouTuber talking today about just basic stuff about how many things there are not videos on YouTube that people want to know.
Mhm.
And
Well, there's EQing videos, but I get lost, man.
yeah,
I learn a certain way, and there's just nothing I can do about that. And I get King Paco's like, I learned what I've done from you, and I'm like, but I'm just going by ear, man. Like I'm not sitting there. To look at an EQ, I get confused.
but if you've got a good ear, Clay, that's okay.
Mm.
And
Someone actually encouraged me to do a video just on microphone placement. And I didn't think it would be very, very interesting, so I haven't got around to it. But I have a new microphone that I've never used.
No,
So I thought I'd do
very
a
interesting.
review on a new microphone at the same time so people could watch me go through the process of saying, do I even like this microphone?
yeah,
You know what I mean? So do a microphone kind of, this is this mic, and I'm trying to figure out if I like it or not. But build it into that kind of a story as opposed to this is just what I do. So
I'll be honest with you. I've watched a lot of videos on compression, trying to explain its value and everything. Obviously, I know what compression is. I've been, but here's the thing: I have never done a show yet or a video where I've actually got compression. In the end, the sound, my sound, I preferred it without compression because every time I go to use compression, it evens everything out, which is what it's supposed to
Makes
do.
it quieter though, right?
No, it makes the room noise more noticeable, and I don't
makes
want my room noise more noticeable.
it makes any problems you have worse.
So you have to use it in conjunction with something else.
But most of the compression videos I talked about, this is critical. You have to use this. It's like,
Yeah.
no, not if it does that. So, clearly it's a more complicated subject than that. I'm not saying
Well,
don't
and
use
again,
compression.
it depends on the vertical you're in. That's part of the problem.
From my space, from my voice, for the microphones that I've been using, to my ear, it sounds worse with compression. But
Hmm.
that's, I have a lot of microphones I've never unboxed back there, so I'm sure there are others that would benefit by it. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
I'm so glad we could finish this in an hour.
Yes.
We'll
My
talk.
fault.
We'll talk.
That's it.
Ah,
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Clay. Thank
Yeah.
you, King
Thank you.
Paco.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Clay.
Mike.
thanks,
Thank
everybody,
you,
for watching.
Kevin.
Especially
Thank
when,
you.
when we go this long, because I get so many comments about that. Oh, wow, I made it through the whole thing. So,
We're trying to get it shorter, everyone. We really are. I mean, it'd be nice to get this down to an hour. Maybe if we got it down to an hour at some point, it'd be easier to do it on a weekly basis at some point.
well, we'll have
Yeah.
to, because even bi-weekly, like I said, for me, I start shutting down, and going past an hour on this, I know for a fact everybody can see it in my face, and I'm, and it looks like I don't care. You said it earlier today. You were like, "You're getting bored." I'm not bored. I'm just tired.
It's also late.
Yeah. So
It's
Anyway,
late for us.
let's
Not late for Phil.
no, it's not. But we'll stew on what we're gonna do in a couple weeks.
All right.
It's only because I live
All
on
right.
the best coast. So
The best coast.
Yes. I live on the North Coast.
Yeah, the god awful East Coast. You get East Coast weather, don't you? You're only in Ohio.
They got 16 inches of snow at my cabin yesterday.
Oh, we haven't even gotten snow, so
Oh yeah, it's been snowing here all weekend.
no, thank you. But anyway,
I love it. All right.
we will reconvene in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys, and we will talk to everyone later.
it's fun.